Hi there, RC Girl here. Today I have the Toyota 1987 XtraCab hard body from RC4WD. This is the complete set. This was actually the same body that Marty drove in Back to the Future. In this video, I'm going to show you guys what you need to build and paint this RC hard body and go over some tips that I've learned along the way. This is actually my second hard body. Did pick out some cool colors, actually from Home Depot. So these three colors together were only 12 bucks. Typically, you spend a lot more on a tinier can for RC specific paints. This is going to be going on my SCX10 leaf spring conversion. So this is the 12.36 inch wheelbase. This body is also going to fit on your Trailfinder 2 long wheelbase. To get this to fit on the SCX10 I had to do some mods. I'm also going to be doing some weathering. So in part 2, I'm waiting for some supplies to arrive. It looks relatively easy, so I'm going to try it out for the first time. So stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Here you're gonna find RC reviews, tips and tricks, run videos, flight videos, and other things related to RC. So if you guys wanna see more, make sure to like and subscribe. This video is actually brought to you by you guys. I just started a Patreon page, would love to welcome you guys to it. So exciting to see how my channel's progressed from 4 years ago when I started babbling, not knowing what I was talking about or how to film a video, up into what my channel's become today. Thank you so much to you guys. And thank you so much to my very first patrons: Mountain Mike, Alex Hung, Douglas Demuth, Anuti Tapia, Crow72, and Dino Zuzik. And I can't forget Michael Klimke. He was a later addition, so thank you so much. I'm so excited to have you guys be a part of my channel growth. Okay, so for our paints, if you're going with this method and you want to try the non-RC specific paints, you're going to want to go with Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Cover. This is paint and primer in one. So for my main color, I was actually inspired by a photo from Jerkar3 on Instagram. He had a really cool kind of rust red, dark brick red build. This color is called Claret Wine Satin. So it's going to be good for wood, metal, plastic, and more, but I've seen people use this on RC quite frequently. As you know, I'm not a huge fan of chrome. There are a couple chrome components on this. For example, our bumpers here. So I'm actually going to black those out, and this is called Gloss Black. And I really want a matte finish. I go with a matte finish a ton. You probably know if you've been on my channel a while now. We're going to matte clear the exterior after we've painted our colors. Even though these come with primer already, I have a can left over of this fine surface primer from Tamiya. I'll put a link to these in the description box. You can get these at your local hardware store. I don't think they're specific to Home Depot. As I mentioned, I'm going to be putting this hard body on my SCX10 leaf spring conversion. So this chassis has been converted to leaf sprung suspension here. This is also an RC4WD kit, so you can swap out your chassis rails for your SCX10 and also put on leaf springs. I did a whole build series on it, so I'll put a link to that up here. But just briefly, I'm running a Power Hobby high voltage servo. For my electronics, I have a Tekin RX4 and a ROC 412 2300 kV brushless censored setup. Really nice electronics in this. I have a Spectrum DX5 rugged and an SR515 receiver in here. I'm running 4.19 outer diameter tires. So these are class 1 tires. BF Goodrich all-terrains from Proline. I'm running Onyx 19 metal beadlocks, so 19 inner diameter tires. To be able to use this body on an SCX10 you're going to need different chassis rails to be able to mount the body properly. So Shrink RC and Dinky RC are two different companies that 3D print these trays here and allows for a direct mount of RC four-wheel drive long wheelbase truck bodies. One last thing to mention is if you don't want to cut into the truck bed, you're going to have to cantilever your rear shocks if you want this damper. So Extra Speed makes a kit and you can be able to sit your shocks flat instead of in the front here. You see they stick up a little bit. It tells you on the first page the recommended tools. So you're going to need a set of hex drivers, 1.5mm and 2mm, shoe glue, E6000, styrene glue, epoxy, some type of adhesive. You're going to need a sharp hobby knife, side cutters, long nose pliers, and a crosshead screwdriver. You're also going to need a fine sanding sponge, a spray bottle for water for wet sanding, and some tape to mark off your designs. Comes with decals too. Take a look at these in advance and see some of the placement of it. I always look at these afterwards and I'm like, oh shoot, I should have painted that, or I painted over something, or just didn't kind of work around the decals that are provided. Here we have our seats and our dash. I've actually already taken these off the parts trees, as I mentioned, and sorted them into kind of the interior components and the exterior components. We've got our chrome bumpers, our mirrors, all of the hardware. And then I put all the put all the plastic windows in a bag together as well. Got all of our doors in here. Something cool about this body is that the hood actually is functional. It pops up, so you don't have to cut that out yourself. And then the bed here. Next, let's talk about prepping the body for the paint. So you're gonna have to cut all the pieces off of the parts trees with your pliers. And then you're gonna want to use a hobby knife to slice away and smooth out that part. So you don't want all these snaggy bits. It looks so unscale and unsightly. So make sure that you finish those off nicely. I got these at the hardware store as well. This is a really fine sanding little sponge. You can also use fine grit sandpaper, I think 600 to 800 to 1200, depending on how big your little nubs are or your blemishes on your body. And then lastly, before you put the primer on, you're gonna wanna go over each of the parts that are gonna be receiving paint with this sanding sponge here. You wanna make sure that the paint is gonna adhere properly. Let's get started. All right, now we're ready to do our first coat of primer. Got my glove so I don't paint my hand. Let's take it away. Got everything primed. Now it's time to do our first coat of color. All right, so we have a little chrome situation that we have to take care of. I need to remove the chrome from these plastic parts. Technically, this isn't chrome. It's a chrome type of paint. I tried a couple of different methods like the bleach method, the Clorox method. None of those worked. Scale Builders Guild told me to use oven cleaner. Just went to my local Walgreens, picked up some Easy Off heavy duty oven cleaner. Should do the job. This is pretty corrosive, so make sure that you wear gloves when you're doing it. I did a little test piece and it did remove the chrome, so we're gonna do our parts now. Okay, I think we are ready to assemble. I got my instructions, got all my painted body components, except for we still have to paint the light lenses on the back. This is clear red X27, and we got X26 clear orange. Super cool that the hood opens. It's held in place by a magnet, and it even has a little stand. So cool. Some of the components you're gonna have to glue in, especially the windows and this window outline piece here. I just taped the exterior here, so it will hold your pieces in place while you use the goop to kind of outline it and make sure that they hold. Taping it should hold it in place until it dries. All right, that is it for the Toyota XtraCab hardbody painting from RC4WD. Just got back from Moab a couple days ago. Got to do some full-size off-roading for the first time. Rented a Polaris Razor. Got to go on Hell's Revenge. Took my SCX10 up there as well. I thought I would finish this in time for the trip. It would have been perfect there. Unfortunately, I had one more day of assembly for this, but I did finish it up. I really like how this turned out. It's definitely what I was envisioning. I definitely used the Rust-Oleum 2X paints again. Way cheaper than getting the RC specific rattle cans. One thing I did notice though, that it doesn't spray as finely. With the Tamiya acrylic paints for hard bodies, I noticed it dries a lot more quickly and a lot finer. Adding a couple layers of paint is going to throw off your tolerances a little bit. With the Rust-Oleum paints, it is going to be a little bit thicker for you. But because of the cost savings, I definitely would use it again. If you did notice, I am missing a door handle on the passenger side. I dropped it down the sink. Whoops. So Mike's RCH on Instagram sent me one to my P.O. box. I have to go pick that up. I was able to get really nice fine lines on the truck bed here. If you paint a clear coat over your tape seam, it'll seal it for you and you won't get any paint bleed over. The windows were a pain in the butt to get in. I didn't get those perfect. There is a little bit of the Gorilla Glue on the exterior, but I'm gonna go in and clean that up. Haven't done the interior yet, still waiting on that. Also want to do some weathering. I got some paints when I was in Utah from West Valley Hobbies. Been watching some model painting tutorials for how to weather, gunk wash, dry brushing. Really excited to try that out next. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks again to my first couple patrons that signed up on my Patreon. I'll put a link to that in the description box. I just hit 50K on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Got a lot of videos to bring you. I have a couple things in the pipeline, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe as always. I'll leave you guys with a little bit of footage from my off-roading adventure in Moab. Hope you enjoy it. I'll see you later.
Bump it.